Hi guys, welcome back. This is 20 Gaming again, bringing another Girls Frontline 2. I know I'm late for the party, but like it very much interests me because I'm working in healthcare. This is fine. It's so cool. It's so cool that they put this one in a way wherein it's somewhat true. Okay, it's somewhat true because we they've just announced that in CN they're gonna be releasing Lints. Okay, Lint almost like sounding like Lint chocolate. Okay, so Lint is a Sentinel class doll. We're getting into that. Okay, I'm not really looking at this. We know for a fact that she is a poison corrosion team, corrosion damage meaning poison team, right? Together with like the likes of Peritia, but like Klukai is the creme de la creme damage dealer for corrosion. Okay, because corrosion almost like poison, somewhat like that. Can apply the debuff honey trap to enemy units, inflicting multiple powerful debuffs that gradually wear down the target. So again, damage over time, almost like poison in a way. Um, Stackable effect Sugar not only enhances her damage output but then triggers the effects of Honey Trap. Additionally, her ultimate skill, Sugar Overload, triggers all corrosion debuffs, including Honey Trap. This is fun in a way. I'm smiling right now while I'm talking to this. Like, I don't really give a crap about like the skills and whatnot. I just want to like a very good nod on somewhat of a medical side of things whenever you're putting up like a corrosion, because again, it's like especially this one. This is what like when you have a lot of sugar in your body and you cannot process it. Okay, so some there's are like patients who are dealing with like sugar control, like type 1 diabetic or type 2 diabetic, so that they need insulin to control their sugar levels. But if you cannot control your sugar levels, your sugar is still high and you cannot synthesize it, because like again, if you're type 1, you cannot synthesize it well, that you need insulin to control it, right? So again, ketoacidemia. Okay? Inflicts ketoacidemia to all surrounding enemies, increasing corrosive damage and received from lint. So it's just like chocolate. Chocolate is bad for you in a way. Wherein like, if you don't monitor your lifestyle, you'll be having diabetes if you're always eating sweets. Okay, so there's like type 2. You're gonna be type 2 most likely, because type 1 is you get it when you are born. Okay, you're born with that. Okay, you're born wherein you cannot control your sugar. That's why you need injections of insulin. But if you're type 2, you can try to change your diet whenever you're younger. But when you're older, it's difficult to change your diet, and then you need to be taking sugar medications, such like metformin or whatnot, to sort out your sugar. It's really educational in a way. When I looked at it, I was like smiling in a way. Again, ketoacidemia is like, it's called diabetic ketoacidosis. It's a very dangerous kind of situation. I worked in emergency. So whenever a patient, for example, if you're diabetic, you are like, they're very easily tilted over whenever they get sick. Okay, because like bacteria likes chocolate, likes sweets in their body. So if a diabetic gets sick, or sometimes he or she can't eat, or especially a type 1 diabetic or undiagnosed type 1 diabetic, so they don't eat, they vomit, they can't eat, and then like the sugar can't really get synthesized by the insulin, so your sugar goes up, and then instead of you synthesizing your insulin, they now attack, the body now attacks itself, and it eats itself, and then it gets the fat. So that's why there's like a keto diet, right? You're gonna be going in the ketotic state, wherein you will eat your fats so that you will get thin, but that's in a controlled environment, that keto diet. But this one is a very grave kind of disease wherein you can process your sugar is up, and then your body attacks yourself because they want food, and then what they need to do is eat your fats instead of, because you cannot process insulin anymore. So what they do, the body eats your fat, and then the fat, the end product of fat is ketones. So increased ketones causes poison in your body, causing it to be a ketotic state and causing acidosis, wherein when you get acidosis, it topples down the body, like it's like a pH interval. Okay, like the body has a good pH, and if you tip to the acidotic level, you need more oxygen. The body needs more oxygen, but the problem is you cannot really do more oxygen because you're getting poison within. It's kind of crazy. So usually we give this one usually an insulin. We give this one a drip. Okay, like we have an insulin drip together with potassium with insulin. Okay? Like an actrapid infusion with potassium and insulin, because potassium tries to like and fluids. So it tries to remove the ketones and tries to control the insulin as well, because it's like a very very great balance in all whenever you're working whenever you're trying to treat these kinds of people who's having diabetic ketoacidosis. So it's kind of fun looking at this. Like my brain cells just went to overdrive when I was like looking at this, looking at like what I'll be doing as a healthcare professional, as a nurse trying to treat a patient with diabetic ketoacidosis. So we have that like diabetic protocol, DKA protocol, with regards to all of those things. You need to give him fluids, you need to give him actrapid infusion, you need to give like insulin with potassium, so that like it tries to control, because the thing that you need to control is to remove the ketones out from your body. Whenever you remove the ketones, the acidosis disappears, and you'll be able to like the body comes back to its normal pH while maintaining that insulin levels, because if you're diabetic, you can't be having high sugars as well, because again with potassium that lowers the sugar. It's like a very very tough balance that you need to try to control, and you need to monitor them every hour. You need to do bloods every hour, look at their ketones, look at their sugars, and then titrate the infusion accordingly. It's kind of hard. It's like an ICU level kind of patient. And then usually we send them to ICU. And if you don't have a bed, then you'll be stuck there trying to help out the patient in emergency. So that's it. I'm just sharing my experience, and I don't really give a crap about this, because again, we know for a fact that overload burst, active AOE, like again, she is somewhat of a, I'm not quite sure if it's like Sentinel class, it's an attacker, right? Multiple powerful debuff helping out your corrosion team, but again, still Klukai is the best. That's just my 2 cents on that. But again, it's still far away. It's from CN. Shoutouts to Sia. So she has given us this kind of like news from the CN version. I just want to share my input. Like I just like want to share like what I was thinking when I was like reading this. I didn't really read it fully because like it went overdrive and went to like the healthcare side of things when I was like looking at it. Powerful default holder cleanses buff from it and launches action support, dealing AoE corrosion damage. So it's like a damage buffer, somewhat of a Kisenya type in a way, but like we don't really know for a fact on how she does this. So like we don't really quite sure of how she does this one. Like selects one ally, dial on the bar, removing the ability from them. It's kind of cool in a way, but like again, Klukai, I've already invested in her. If you will just watch the video, I've already V3'd her, and I'm fine with that. Okay, I'm fine with that, because at least Klukai, you can insert her on any situation, even without the corrosion team. So that's where I'm aiming at. But again, just to share, really cool kit. You can find this one on Twitter. Follow Sia for CN News on Girl Frontline 2. So that's it for me. This again 2300 Gaming is still far away if you're in global, but like yeah, not really concerned at the moment. Most likely I'll be able to save leading up for this. I'm still waiting for my Springfield. So that's it for me. This again 2300 Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye bye.